Welcome everyone to this week's edition of Where is Your Stop? It is December 10th, 2014, and in the Hawking Perspective this week we ended up talking about Canada and how Canada's been really getting hurt because really the Toronto Stock Exchange has a heavy influence in the finance, but especially on the minings and on the oil producing side of things. And those are really kind of what's going to hit that market from a geographic perspective. Had a few questions and just wanted to take a look at it. We had been in a long for a while in Canada. Obviously it ended up being, not the greatest of winners, but a slight winner. And sure enough, when we got stopped out, we started to get warning signals right in here on this flush down here in August. And then all of a sudden in October, you can just see this increase in volatility, increase in volume, price action, decreasing a great amount. All of a sudden that was triggering not only our stop that had moved up, but also a short signal as well. And so at the current time, we are in that short of EWC, the representation of Canada. And at the time of entry, our stop was way outside the noise. It was way up here, way past the 33, 34 mark. And then all of a sudden you can just see, bam, volatility just increases dramatically to the downside, and sure enough, our stop gets just moved up very quickly. But the increase of stop to where the closing price is actually increased. So we moved down, but we accounted for that volatility. And so we can see that on this snapback retracement movement up, we were still outside the noise, but sure enough, that was just a reactionary movement, and Canada has had a gap and an immediate move right back down. We can see here in the pre-market hours that it's going to be down another 4% today. Everything from Europe to Greek contagion is affecting the markets right now, and that'll actually put us at a break below this level right in here. So it's going to take time to dissipate where our stop finally moves up now due to the increase in volatility, because it was both on the downside and the upside. So we're going to give Canada a lot of room to run. And let's take a look at, essentially where, that last Canadian price point is. And it's right down at that 24 level. Wouldn't be surprised to see in the intermediate if we were to see Canada, go all the way down to that 24 level. Now, in the long term, if we look at a longer picture on Canada, that's not too surprising considering that we see that old chestnut here back in 2000, those highs, which will kind of, as you can see, act as a focal point the last time we had drops into that 24 zone. So wouldn't be surprised to see a stall right in there. The danger, though, is any type of break of there, and you can easily see a move right back down to 14. There's just nothing really there to stop it. But the biggest thing to highlight is a very common theme across Europe, Russell, emerging markets by a specific country-wise, is that we're seeing these lower highs. We had this nice massive move up into 2008. Boom, the crash off. It came up, didn't break, came up, didn't break. And, a lot of people are attributing that to the lack of monetary policy that is equivalent of what the U.S. has done. Of course, being the world's reserve currency, there's going to have a different drastic effect right there. But we can really kind of see that we haven't seen the outpacing growth that we have seen in the U.S. in terms of what the equity indexes have been showing. So all that we know is whenever we get that signal, we know that we want to take it. And sure enough, volatility has increased on the downside and the upside. So it's going to be a while. This guy's got some room, and we're going to let it run to see how far low that it can go. And that's going to be a nice hedge to the portfolio. All right, guys. Please don't ever hesitate to call us, hit us out with questions or comments or anything else, and let us know if you ever want us to look at anything. And as always, here's to beating random and staying outside the noise. Look forward to talking with you next week.